law accounting executives. And I know we spoke a lot about trust accounting and how important it is for the law firms. And lots of our prospects ask this question. So today I thought, why don't we get all those answered with the real time demos and with the brains behind this product. So welcome, Richa, our CEO of Law Accounting, and Rachit, our CTO of Law Accounting. So thank you everyone for joining too. So let me start with one of the very important question. People ask me during if you give the demo, like the challenges with the trust accounting reconciliation. And I mean, of course, there are challenges, but how law accounting is actually gonna solve this problem, how they are gonna solving this reconciliation, how they're making this reconciliation process easy for law firms. So, Richa or Rachit, and let's try to keep it like real time so that can you show the screens instead of more discussion. So if you can just share your screen and
Right.
show to our audience, that will be
Yeah,
nice.
definitely. Like before I share my screen, like the challenges that we talk about is just definitely the manual processes, two different systems. One is having your accounting transactions, one is holding the trust transaction. So yeah, because of all these multiple systems and manual processes, and of course on top of that, the trust accounting regulations can be complex. So that makes that are the different challenges that the law firm face. Now, how law accounting helps with that problem. Let me share my screen where, yeah, can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so in law accounting, what we did is we have this separate screen. We call it as three-way reconciliation. What it does is like, let's pull the trust. Let's pull it as of September. I assume that this client has done reconciliation as of September 2022. And this is just a dummy data that we put in. So what it tells me, like, okay, what is the general ledger balance, what has gone to the accounting system, what is the trust data for the various clients that I have, which is $32, and what is my bank balance coming as of 922, which is this. So where it is telling me, okay, everything is reconciled, I can download this report. This report is completely customizable, where you whatever logo you want to put in, if there is any additional things. But yes, it will pull the entire snapshot of this with, of course, the detailed transactions underneath it. And then let's see, as I mentioned earlier, like this client has done reconciliation as of 922. Now let's see what is the story as of October 17th, right? So if you see as of October 17th, the data is mismatched. My client ledger balance is way less than what my general ledger balance is, and my bank balance is also not matching with that. So, and bank, because we don't have the bank connected, that's why it's not showing there. But now, how can we make these two match, right? Because what we did is we took it from the client ledger balance, but we did not do the actual trust transfer from my trust to the operating account. So then there is one screen that we put in. There is a trust transfer screen. So here, what I can do is I can just move these two transfers. I'm sure that okay, we completed this work. We are ready to move the money.
It should be with gender.
General. GPN. Yeah, general bank. Move the trust funds, and I hit transfer. So So now let's see what is my, as of 10/17, what is my, so it moved my general ledger balance. What it did is it did the entries behind the scene to incorporate that transfers. If your bank is connected with that, it will show you that. So that's why this three-way reconciliation screen with the line by line details when we download the report really helped clients with the three-way reconciliation. If there is anything, Rachit, you want to add.
No, I guess yeah, that is pretty much all like reconciling all the uh, trust balances, right? So, and we have received a lot of good feedback related to this particular screen, because this particular screen gives overall idea of, right, so what the bank balance is, right? If that is connected, or if bank is not connected, you can put in all the bank balance. This is an editable field, and then whatever, like the outstanding payment and deposit is, like those have not been reconciled, right? So that can be reduced or increased through the bank balance, and it will give the picture, right? If you are if the data that has been generating in the backend, the transaction and the ledger balance, so that is like much compliant with lot of like bar associations.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yesterday, just to add on top of that, yesterday only, Vikram, we received an email from one of our clients. Hey, my three of my clients are out of balance in the three-way. Can you please help with that? So, and I was like, that should not happen if you do the entire if you followed the entire process. But when our team looked into that, out of that one matter where one client had multiple matters, so that was one of the issue. But the process was so easy to explain her, because we were easily able to identify that. Then there was one other where she was looking at 9/30/2023 instead of 9/30/2024. So, and like the whole reconciliation process where it used to take like a week, it has just resolved in a few minutes now with the complete visibility on the entire data.
Perfect. No, sounds good. So while you are on that screen, so some of the question related to trust is like the detail, trust statements. Uh, I mean, like how can we generate those detailed trust statements? And if this org is not customer specific, could you be comfortable showing that some demo trust statement?
Yeah, let me quickly check that. A trust statement we may not have configured here.
Okay.
Yeah, trust statement we may not have, unfortunately, in
Yeah,
this.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because most of our trust statements are pretty much they have the client logo on top of that, so
Right.
definitely can't without their permission. But yeah, I was hoping that if in this demo org if we have anything, but anyways, so that is fine. So now it is more or less like a technical question, because you see this what happened with the like even all the accounting transaction is mainly they needs to be real time. So the screen which you showed, Rich, pretty much like that is like it was showing me the real time data. So what are our capabilities in log counting today? And like from the like when this data is syncing with all the entities like the client ledger and the bank ledger. So how is that working in currently in log counting? Rajit, that's mainly if you want to pick up this technical question.
Yeah, so I guess like all the data, right, that has been created in the backend, all the transactions that are being created are definitely real time. One of the good example that we see in the last demo itself, in this demo itself, where Richa just transferred, right, from the trust, right, funds to the operating, right. So, and that was just real time transaction, and as soon as that got hit, right, so it created all the backend general entries and all the transactions right underneath that, and as soon as she refreshed that three-way reconciliation, so that showed that 2000 difference, right. So uh, all the transactions that we are creating, right, uh, is like real-time transactions, and there are like no transactions that are created in future or anything. So that will give like all the firms, right, have the real-time access to their financial data and automatically get reflected on the dashboards or all the reports where they have subscribed to.
Perfect. Beautiful. Uh, so another very important point which a lot of law firm are worried about, uh, mainly with the accounting, like it's true for every kind of accounting, but mainly with the trust accounting, this become very critical because of the compliance issues with the law societies and bar associations. So like auditing, like is there any way we can actually like show to the customer like, hey, this is when the transaction came, and like what kind of audit trial we have in law accounting? Could you talk a little bit more detail about that?
Mhm. Yeah, sure. So basically, like we are following all the compliances, right, that we should. And in order to make this compliance follow the audit trail, right, so basically we do have that option where like we are storing each and every timestamp, right, whenever any transaction is created, who has created that particular transaction, and if there are any modifications being done, right, mainly specifically on certain fields, like the amount is changed or general ledger is being changed or any other changes are being done, right, so we do store that particular changes with whatever the previous value was and whatever the new value is, and as well as the timestamp that particular user has changed, right, so we do store all the audit trails. So if there is any auditing or anything, right, so we do have like certain reports that we can run uh, related to these audit trails, and would be able to easily provide to the auditors, as well as if that has been asked by the customer, specifically in case of when payment is made to the billing, right, through the payment page, right, so basically in that particular thing, right, we do not have any specific uh, I would say a user, because that is a public site page, right? Anyone can go to that particular page and would be able to pay that. But we do store like their browser information for the auditing trail, their IP address, right? So that we do store, so that we have the enough information in order to like provide that particular information to the companies as well. For example, few days back, right? So uh, I saw one scenario where uh, our payment facilitator, right? So where we were making payment, right? So they hold on to that particular credit card payment because there was like some bigger amount, right? Bigger dollar value. They hold on to that because they just want to make sure that they are like following all the compliances on their end. So they just want to verify that what was the IP and what was the services you provided, right? So all those things they requested from the our customer, and then we do have all the information, IP, whatever the browser was, and other information, and they were able to successfully provide that, and that transactions went on smoothly. So these are the small things, right? So where this audit trails comes into the picture. So we do follow all the aspects of that.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I know we started late, so but again, I mean, these were the main four questions came during our demo, so I just wanted to get them in front of everyone. So, Richa, before I start throwing some jokes, do you have any closing statement about trust or Rachit? And I do have one joke. I asked Chat GPT about that. So,
Yeah, I would say, I mean, a trust piece is one of our biggest selling point. This is really helping a lot, and we have literally got like one of our clients told that this has increased her efficiency literally like 100%. So yeah, yeah. Please, I mean, if you would like to have a detailed demo, I mean, please feel free to reach out to us.
all right. So before we close this, that's a joke actually. I was asking Chat GPT, hey, show me some jokes on trust accounting. So this is a joke actually. So this is a question. Why do the lawyer or attorney bring a pencil to the trust accounting meetings? You know why? Because they wanted to draw some interest without crossing that ethical limits. And just so from the joke point of view, because there's no interest, by the way, you can't draw some interest on any of the trust banks. So that's why it is very, very important. But then there's the ethical aspect too. So anyway, that was just trying to make like little funny, but I know for attorneys, it's not a funny business of trust accounting. And that's why we are here to make life easy, because they can concentrate on where they're good at, saving lives of people. So, so before we close, as always, you can always reach out to us, sales@lawaccounting.com for any question, concern, or any detailed demo. So we just try to put these small clippings on LinkedIn and all the social media just to make sure that you're aware of all those features. So anytime call us or reach out to us, and we're always available. So thank you everyone for your time. Really appreciate it. I'll stop this call. Thank you.